This patient was referred to me 10 years ago, actually over 10 years ago, for endodontic treatment of tooth number 15. Take a look. See? Over 10 years ago, as you can see, 2013, 3/8/2013, for endodontic treatment of tooth number 15, upper left second molar. Crown on the tooth, you can see these large periapical lucencies associated with the tooth. There was also a buccal sinus tract associated with the tooth. So we talked about options with the patient. The patient decided that he wanted to try to save the tooth. And that's what we did. We went ahead and went through the crown and did the root canal for him, and take a look. This was immediately after we completed the root canal on tooth number 15. As you can see, everything went beautifully. We temporized the tooth and referred the patient back to his dentist. And again, you can see right there, over 10 years ago, 3/22/2013, when we went ahead and completed the root canal. And by the way, we did this root canal in one appointment. It was a one appointment root canal, one appointment. Not multiple appointments, one appointment. We did the root canal in one appointment. Went through the crown and did the root canal. Right there. And again, that's the date when we did the root canal over 10 years ago. This is another angulation of the tooth. As you can see, there was also an MB2. Yes, upper second molars also have MB2s. And again, you can see the periapical lucencies. And again, here's the date. So over 10 years ago when we did the root canal. And again, we did the root canal in one appointment. And this was just now. Patient came in to see me for root canal therapy of tooth number 14. The periodontist amputated the distal buccal root, so we're going to be working on tooth number 14 next. But take a look at tooth number 15 that we'd done a root canal on over 10 years ago. Those periapical lucencies healed completely. Again, as you can see, patient still has the tooth. Infections completely healed. His body has regrown, regenerated bone. As you can see, tooth is in full function, zero symptoms. And here's the date, as you can see just now today. 10 years post-op of tooth number 15, over 10 years. 10 years and 7 months. 10 years, 7 months post-op of tooth number 15. This is another angulation of the tooth. You can see the MB1, MB2, distal buccal and palatal. Again, periapical lucencies healed completely. Let me put them next to each other so you can see. Okay, here it is. 10 years, 7 months ago, and today. 10 years, 7 months ago. Huge periapical lucencies, big infection, buccal sinus tract, right there. And today, no buccal sinus tract. Of course, all that healed. Periapical lucencies healed completely. Sinus tract is gone, of course. Tooth is in full function. Patient asymptomatic. And here's the date again. "10 years, 7 months post-op of tooth number 15. We did it in one appointment. Again, root canal therapy, root canal treatment, or endodontic retreatment. Doesn't have to be multiple appointments. One appointment is good, even better than multiple appointments. And again, this patient had a buccal sinus tract too when we did the root canal in one appointment. So patient could have swelling, sinus tract, what have you. You can still do it in one appointment as long as you can get the canals dry. If the canals are dry before obturation, you can obturate. If there is discharge, then no, you can't do it in one appointment. And the way you do it, the way you test it is inserting sterile paper points, multiple paper points, sterile paper points to working length, removing them, inspecting them. If every time you put a paper point to working length and take it out and it's wet, multiple times, then you cannot obturate. You have to place calcium hydroxide for at least a week, bring the patient back and irrigate and all of that stuff again, and then test with paper point to make sure, paper points to make sure that the canals are dry. If the canals are dry, you can obturate. If you put paper points to working length, remove them, inspect them, and they're still wet, then calcium hydroxide again. But if you put the paper point to working length, remove it, multiple paper points, same canal, remove them and inspect them, and they're dry, doesn't matter if there is a periapical radiolucency, doesn't matter if there's a swelling, doesn't matter if there's a sinus tract, fistula, what have you, you can obturate. You can go ahead and obturate. And here is, again, another proof. "10 years, 7 months post-op of tooth number 15.